Good night, ladies. It's June 1st, and my name is Lydia. I'm here for Flying Unicorn, and a couple of announcements. Next week, we'll have our fabulous Lynn doing our Ustream show. I have a surprise announcement as well. On June the 11th, we have our very own Yasmin doing a Saturday show on 11 a.m. So that's going to be a real nice surprise for all of us. Um, I'm really looking forward to that. I saw her very first Ustream this week, and it was awesome. I bet you she'll make a really nice project for us to enjoy. Um, Anyway, it's again crazy here tonight. I hope we don't lose any connections. So we better get started. I press record so I can lose this piece of paper. I did my announcements. As you all know, the kit went on sale yesterday, and it's a beautiful kit. In the last couple of days, you've all seen the projects we've been working on, and I hope you enjoy them. I hope all of you that have ordered it have received your kits. Let's get started on these wonderful tags. As you can see, the Crackle is just really fun to work with. I've just become really obsessed with Crackle, and we'll just get started with the new one, and it's going to be completely different again. Just we'll start right now. um I love the prima chipboard tags. This is a brand new package, and they're in the shop, and my wonderful assistant Heather will let you know the URL for it. They're really sturdy, and we can just do so much on it without it falling apart. I am one of the lucky people that has one of the new Finnabar paints. So to start off, I'm gonna paint my tag with a lovely color as a background, because we just like to have a bottom color, and whenever the crackle opens up, you still see your background color through it. That's why we basically do it. Not that there's a whole lot to see through it, um, but that's why you don't want to keep your tag plain. And because there's a lot of moisture in the paste and stuff like that, that's why I like to choose a thick chipboard like this, instead of the thinner chipboards that are around, because at least with this you don't have to worry about warping or stuff like that. It's nice and sturdy. I'm a bit slow with keeping up with the chat, but I hope you ladies are enjoying your evening. Oh yeah, the colors are just so beautiful. This green is amazing. If see how the light catches it, and the sheen. I mean, I think we're all in awe of the Prima acrylics. The nice thing about these acrylics, they dry so fast as well. You don't have to sit around and wait for them to dry forever. Of course, I'm doing something really bad again. I'm working without gloves. Which I'm really bad at. and I'm splattering this color all over the place. I should have put this under it a little bit just to be good. I'll immediately color the back. It does. The paint covers really well. One coat and it's covered. Um, I don't know if they're like silks. I never actually bought silks. I was really late to the whole mixed media things. So now that I'm getting these, I'm sort of catching, making up for lost time. Oops. But a little goes a long way with these paints. I just thoroughly enjoy working with them. Yes, this is the emerald green. Now, I have not seen Alda yet online, and I haven't asked if or when they're coming. So when you paint your tag, I'll just quickly dry it, and it doesn't really take all that long. The the modeling paste. Oh, huh. I don't know. I'm hoping there's a new supply coming soon. So here we have the basic color of our tag, or the base, sorry, not the basic, the base color of our tag. And then we do our texture paste with the platinum crackle. And for crackle, to get a nice crackle, we actually need to put quite a bit on there. And you just use your spatula and just spread it out randomly. And for the best result, um, it needs a thicker layer. But you don't have to do it like, it doesn't have to be even, because you want your crackle to be thicker here and thinner there. It's not a precise, like a precise paint job or anything. That's not what we're going for with this. You do want it to be like like a random event. And with this kind of thing, I feel like I'm sort of in a cooking show, because my next phase, I'm gonna pretend like I'm baking a cake, and then I'm opening the next oven door and I'm saying, okay, I've baked the cake, and then I'm gonna pull out like a done cake or so. You'll see in a minute. You guys are thinking, okay, Lydia has lost the plot now, which, generally, might happen. So we basically put the crackle paste on here. Really is not neat at all. Some of it will just smooth out a bit, but this is what we're going for. Not a nice layer and nice and thick. And then we get our chippy. We, chippy is chipboard in case people don't know what chippy is. And for this one, I'm going for a Christmassy one. I needed two chipboard pieces that were this kind of length, and I have these nice holly ones. And oh, hi, Alda. So you press your nice chipboard pieces in your crackle, so it actually works as your glue as well. See? So now comes the part that you think, okay, she's crazy. I need to make sure that the hole is still accessible. There we go. So now I'm going to pretend that I'm drying it. But of course I'm not drying it because crackle paste you need to let dry naturally. That's how you get the nice cracks. So I prepared this earlier. This is my pie, my cake from the day before. So this is the one I prepared earlier, and see how nice the cracks are. And this is how it looked yesterday. Nothing random. It's smoothed out, but you have some thicker parts and not so. So this is how it dries up. You have nice cracks in there. So your chippy is nicely um, glued down, it's sturdy, and you have all those nice cracks in your chipboard. So I'm going to put this one aside now. It can dry out now. So now we're going to continue with my my chippy here. Oh, we're having Spanish commercials. That happens. Okay. So for the next phase, we're going to use some sprays, and for these ones I used shimmers, and it all depends on what you have, but I like to pull back the greens, especially because it's holly, and they're wonderful mists. And as you can see, you can still see the blue green coming through, and the mist will actually seep through the cracks, so you can get an extra Sorry about the dryer. Oh, my daughter just left in this rain. You know, why would you do that to a mother? Look at the nice gold shimmer on the chippy. I hope you can see it. And I also have the oh, can you see that will that it ties in with the emerald green a bit, so we can bring back that color a bit. That's the nice thing with the crackle. You can play with your mists, and if you think there's too much, you can dab some away. So you just play with the colors until you think you're happy with the combination you have. It's like broken glass, the crackle. It's like window pane that's broken. I hope the store is being filled up now, that we can see the photos soon. I'm excited to see the new store. The, the crackle is also from Prima Pinneberg. It's the platinum crackle. So I'm liking these two colors, and see how they really go nicely together. And it's like I'm crazy about these two at the moment, because it's the two colors that we had in the kit this month, which goes really well together. The teal and the mossy green. It's really pretty. For an extra accent to make the holly stand out, and of course we love things that stand out. Um, I have the Prima rub-on foils. Let me see if you can see it. The Bora Bora ones. I don't think we have them in the store anymore. But so I put some beacon or Fabri-Tac beacon on the holly leaves, and I'll just spread some out. And then I'll rub some of the but I don't want it everywhere, so I just want to leave some of the foil. So it has to be a little random. So I'll just do that to the rest of the leaves. Can only do a couple of leaves at a time. I love the rub-on foil. There's a lots of shimmer and shine on this on these tags. The nice thing is when you start with a tag and the chippy can sort of decide, you know, what theme you go for. The possibilities are endless. That's the nice thing. Because I was actually looking for a specific size, and the only ones I had in this size were actually the Christmas ones. I was like, oh my God, I guess I have to do a Christmassy one. And since here in the States, we actually celebrate Christmas in July. So I thought, well, why not? You know, next month we're having those kinds of parties, or we're, you know, some of us are actually doing Christmas challenges the whole year round. So why not do something like this? So here we go. Just randomly having some of the foil on the holly. And I like the effect. I mean, some people would like to have it on the whole leaf, but the fact that you have it randomly gives it a nice effect. If there's any questions, then please ask me, and if I miss it during the chat because I'm so busy with what I'm doing, then hopefully Heather can send me a text, and obviously I'll try to answer as good as I can. So I like to sort of accentuate the border of the tag. That's a personal choice. Others might think, okay, this is well enough, but I like to give it a nice outline. So for my outline, I chose another new color, and it's the ancient coin. For that, I dry brush. And again, you know, the old colors or the new color, it doesn't really matter. They're all fantastic. For me, this tag is turning out just as much a surprise as you ladies. It's so funny. I love it. Normally, whenever we prepare our Ustreams on the night, it's basically a repeat of what we've done before. And now it's like, okay, I'm making it, and I have no idea how it's going to turn out. Your guess is as good as mine. This weather over here is just, it's been so crazy. And this is only the beginning of tornado and hurricane season, and oh my word. Have any of your ladies small children? Have they started their school holidays already, or is it their last week? If you have one of these, you know, as a teacher's gift, or you know, you can make it like that. That would be a really cool gift. It's not, you know, a big accent, but just a little bit of gold. It's just a nice accent. I have added to the edge. I think it's cool. Just for some craziness, I decided to do a different IOD mold. On these, I had the long and skinny ones, as you can see. And for this one, I just had a long, skinny one. So I thought, okay, for this one, I call them angel wings. I like to call these angel wings. I thought that is very nice for uh, this tag. So I will paint this probably in the green, because we'll just keep going with that theme, and it's just such a beautiful color. No, I wasn't gonna do green because I have a red flower that will look weird. I was gonna do red. See, we'll make it up as we go. Different brush, and we need to keep it Christmassy, right? I've noticed that too. There are so many commercials nowadays in the new red is a rusty red, although it's very much like the other red they had in the last release. Thank you, Queen of Molds. I have to say that I never thought I would use them that much, and I just love those molds. I I think they're fantastic. It is wonderful that you can just, make them when you need them, or just have a couple, pre-made, and then whenever you run out, you make some more. I think that was the best thing they could do, because you kept on buying those other packages, or they were no longer available. With your own rubber molds, you never run out. You just buy a new pack of clay and you keep on making your own molds. It is a wonderful thing to have. And every time you paint your mold differently or mist it has a completely different look. And it's the same with those tags. Every time you put a different kind of flower on it, or a different mold, or a different chippy, it is a whole different theme. Whenever I take my molds out, first I put them down like that to dry, and if they're not completely dry, I tip them over again. So because they do curl, and then I flip them over before they're completely dry. So this one is quite flat, as you can, well, maybe you can't see, but it is quite flat. A lot has to do with the circumstances of, like humidity in your house, or wherever you live. I mean, wow, humidity over here is just crazy. I've lived here 7 years now. This year is just the worst weather-wise. We've had so much rain. Okay. And people who've seen me work with molds, I never just paint a mold in one color. I always like to dry brush over it with a different color because otherwise it's just plain. I can't help myself. So we'll just use the gold again. Just making sure it's dry. Okay, focus. It's the metallic ancient coin. This one. Royal Red was the first release, and Rusty Red is this release, the second. But like I said, there is not a whole lot of difference between those releases. At least that's my opinion. I think there's more gold in the second release one. I think if you ask Heather, she has them in a color sheet. She can tell you exactly the difference in color. She mixes everything, and she knows exactly the difference in colors. She can put them side by side. Oh, now we need to find a winner of which one is better, huh? I think it also has to do with what are you using it with. Uh, what papers are you using it with, and because they're so similar in colors. So what is Heather saying? Who's winning? Rusty Red or Royal Red or? Yeah, Barbara, that is exactly what Heather does too. She puts it on white and on black. Okay, I'm going for a third color. I'm going all crazy on. I'm just putting a dash of silver over it too. Why not? I'm going. Gee, what's that superhero again? Iron Man. Silver spoon, yeah. See, it does look fun. At least I think so. For some reason, whenever you start blending those colors, the medium I use for the molds, the clay, it's the Ladol clay. It's Ladol. Okay, here we go. It's a paper clay. Yeah, it's Ladol. So here we have our little wings, and I have some flowers. Here's my flower from and my other flowers. Here are my three flowers. Spell it Ladolle. Ladolle. It's français, French. And here is the packet. It's Premier from Ladolle. There you go. Yeah, it showed up on my computer screen, so I saw it. So these are my flowers. So I'm gonna glue my molds down. And then I have these flowers from French Riviera. Now I need to be able to stack them nice. And also these are from French Riviera, La Mer. I don't know if we still have those at the store. And I have some string. That I want to be able to glue under there, which I just do a couple of times around my fingers, and then I cut it, and I'll separate it a little so it looks kind of twisty. So I think it looks nice there. Then I put my flower there. And my flower there. And my third flower. So I have some ribbon and string to go through the loop. Works better if they both go through. And of course, I love my bling. So I have these diamantes, diamond thingies. Sorry for my paint hands. So with the tweezers, I'll try to, on my little holly, where normally the berries are, I'm gonna stick the diamonds. I thought that would look nice. So they come in a string like this, but I already cut them apart because otherwise we would be sitting here for a while and you would be looking at me cutting them apart. I think this was, what's the brand name again? I bought a whole roll. When we were at Art Venture, they used that stuff and it is really cool to use. And I'm one of those girls that really loves bling, so I could have used red ones, but so this is my project and I hope you love it. There we go. I think maybe I would normally ink the edges a little bit darker, but for now I have 3 different tags with lots of sheen and crackle, so it's pretty cool. Yes, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I'll flip over the camera. If you have any more questions, I'll uh, check the chat. I was so busy with my teaching that I went actually faster than I expected. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll flip over the camera. Let me see. So flip. Now I'm upside down. And now I'm right side up. Okay, here we go. Ladies, thank you very much for watching. Um, we're always very happy that you join us on Wednesday night here at Flying Unicorn. Next week, we'll have the fabulous Lynn producing a wonderful piece of art, as she always does. Next Saturday, Yasmin will have our first Flying Unicorn stream. That's going to be fabulous as well. And I'm going to be the week after, and I will have this for you to do. I just started working on it, and this is what it's going to be. So that's a little sneak preview. So I hope you'll have a wonderful evening. If there were any other questions, did you have any other questions? No, I don't think so. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you all got your kit. I think there might be a couple more left in the store if you haven't got it. Um, Thank you for joining us at Flying Unicorn. See you all next time. Thank you for joining us. Good evening. Bye bye.